Thank you, Gregor. Good morning, Pierre-Luc. How would you characterize what the last week has been like for you, culminating with the trade?
Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy week, and really eventful 24 hours. I mean, I got a call yesterday morning that I get traded to Winnipeg. Then your flight's at night, so you got to pack, and get everything done. But it's been a really fun learning experience, and for the week to end with a trade to this organization has been a great way to end the week.
We'll go next to Sean Reynolds from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, Pierre-Luc, congratulations and welcome to Winnipeg. It's a big blockbuster trade. Everyone's talking about it. What kind of pressure comes with being traded for a player the likes of Patrik Laine?
Yeah, he's a really good player. But I have high expectations of myself. I hold myself to a high standard, and I know what player I can be, and I'm really excited to join this team. I think it's a good team with a lot of skill and good size. So I think I'll fit right in, and I'll be able to learn a lot from the guys. And I don't see added pressure because of anything. I wish Patrik good luck in Columbus, and I hope that he plays really well and that we can play them every year in the finals. And but I don't see any added pressure because of anything.
Go next to Brian Munz from TSN 1290. Go ahead, Munzie.
Ability on the line.
Pierre-Luc, what excites you most about coming to Winnipeg when you look at this roster and the conversations you've had with either Chevy or Paul?
Yeah, I mean it's a team that I used to hate playing against. The combination of size and skill and work ethic and just hard to play against. And then you finish it off with one of the best goalies in the NHL. It was really annoying playing against them, and to be able to play for them now, play on the other side of it. Like I said earlier, I think that the combination of size and skill is something that I have too. So I think that it would be a perfect fit, and it's such a good team that I think the time to adapt won't be too hard.
We'll go next to Mike Mcintyre from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Mike.
Thanks very much, Gregor. Welcome to Winnipeg, Pierre-Luc. I'm not sure when your flight came in last night, so I don't know how much of the Jets game you were able to catch last night. But when you look at the forward group that this team has, I think last night alone, the top six guys put up 15 combined points. What do you think about joining that mix and being able to play with some pretty elite wingers?
Yeah, I got here last night. I'm pretty late, but I saw all the highlights. I looked them up. I went on YouTube, saw it on Instagram, stuff like that. And like I said earlier, there's such a hard team to play against. The combination of the size and skill. But you look at that forward group. From the first line to the fourth line, there's a lot of depth, a lot of skill. It's anywhere you're in there, whatever player you're playing with, whether you're on the wing or in the center or whatever, you're going to be surrounded with talented players. And as a forward, that's all you can ask for. And it's really exciting to know that I'm going to be a part of that soon.
We'll go next to Carter Brooks from Game On. Go ahead, Carter.
Hey, Pierre-Luc, welcome to Winnipeg. In acquiring a player who's asked to be removed from his former situation, should Jets fans or management maybe be nervous or have a little bit of concern to see something maybe similar transpire down the road, or is that behind you? Is that something you're moving on from, or how would you respond to that?
Yeah, that's something that I'm moving on from. A lot of things happened in the past 2-3 years, and I'm extremely grateful for everything Columbus has done for me. That I'm excited for this new chapter, this new opportunity. With a new team, a new coaching staff, a new organization, new fans. I mean, it's really exciting. This past 24 hours has been really crazy, but the opportunity to come here, help this forward group, help the Ds, help as a center to help everybody out, learn from the coaching staff, from the players here, guys like Wheeler and Scheifele. I think that how I look at it is this could be an amazing opportunity, to help a already really good team. And to become, an even better player.
And we'll go next to Jason Bell from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Jason.
Good morning, Pierre-Luc. There's a great video last night on TV of you walking down the hallway with Patrick right after the draft. I think it was in Buffalo, and you're both wearing your jerseys. I mean, what goes through your mind now that, I mean, that day you're probably donning those jerseys, and now you both swapped out those jerseys. And having said that, have you and Patrick since that day ever kept up any kind of a friendship?
Yeah, it's crazy. I saw a couple of pictures too, and it's funny how life works sometimes. But I remember that summer too was the summer that my dad got a job as assistant coach for the Moose here. Never since then he's been talking nothing but good words about the organization as a whole. And yeah, it's crazy sometimes how stuff like this can happen. But through the years playing against him, he's a really good player. On the ice, whether it's just hello at the face-off or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to be here. Like I said, my dad is raved about the organization, so I'm excited to get it going now.
We'll go next to Scott Billick from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Pierre, welcome to Winnipeg. I'm just wondering, I mean, fans here are still getting used to the fact that Patrick Laine is gone, getting used to the fact that, he was a player that wanted out of this town. It was obvious that you wanted to change the scenery as well. Can you kind of just explain the mindset of even a young player who sometimes just needs, to hop the fence and just find another team to play for?
Yeah, I can't speak on behalf of Patrick, but for myself, like I said, it was a long process. It wasn't just one morning you woke up and you felt differently. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happens, and without going into detail, I just think that sometimes you have to remain true to yourself, and how you feel, and and how you think, and I thought that as the more the negotiations were going forward, you start to think about more things and start to have more conversations, and I wanted to remain true to myself, true to the team there, to the fans and to my teammates, and that was the decision I took. And like I said, regarding Patrick, I can't speak on his behalf.
We'll go next to Sarah Lesky from TSN. Go ahead, Sarah.
Hi, Pierre-Luc. Just wondering, what are the next couple of weeks? Do you anticipate them being like, now that you've obviously crossed over here and you have the quarantine that you have to contend with while trying to make sure that you're ready to go when that 2-week period ends? Yeah,
it's I talked yesterday to Paul and Kevin, and they said that they want to be a part of the meetings. They're gonna try to do something on Zoom so I can be a part of the team meetings. I'm going to be watching every game, trying to do some video, learn the forecheck, learn, everything, learn, tendencies for players. So when the games start and when I get to practice, I haven't missed a beat. And, the quarantine, obviously, maybe the, physically part, it's a little more challenging, but there's always ways to get ready. And, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to be ready for that first practice in that first game.
We'll go next to Murat Atesh from The Athletic. Go ahead, Murat.
Hi, Pierre-Luc. Good morning. Thanks for doing this, and welcome to Winnipeg. Just to by way of introduction to your on-ice skill set, I mean, Jets fans will know your work from your status in the Western Conference, but what are your strengths, even strengths, special teams? What do you bring to the table here in Winnipeg?
I mean, I'm a two-way forward. I'm a two-way center. I can play well defensively. I can play well offensively. I can block shots. I can hit. I can score. I can pass. I try to be the guy that does everything out there and supports his winger, supports his defenseman, talks. I think that ever since I was a kid growing up with a dad as a coach, he tried to instill in me details of the game, stuff that don't necessarily appear on the stat sheet, but that at the end of the game matters, because the only thing that matters is to win. And, goals and assists are important, but so are, having a good stick and good positioning and all those small details. And that's something that I try to do in the game. And, I'm still learning, but that's what Jets fans can expect from me.
Next to Gemma Karsten-Smith from the Canadian Press. Go ahead, Gemma.
Hi, Pierre-Luc. You're obviously under contract with the Jets until the end of 2022 now, but I'm wondering if this is a place that you see yourself playing long term.
Yeah, like I said, my dad's been here for I think 4 or 5 years. I came here every time we'd come to play against the Jets. I'd always go with my parents. I spent my quarantine here almost a year ago today, and it already feels like home. I got here last night at 10:30, but waking up this morning and being back in Canada and being here, and I can't see my parents right away because I have to do 2 weeks of quarantine, but I already really feels good here, and getting texts from the players, being on the phone with the organization yesterday, I have a really good feeling. Right now, I'm just concentrating on these next 2 weeks of quarantine and starting the season with them, and but I'm just really excited to be able to be a part of this organization that I've heard nothing but good things about.
Next to Brian Hedger from the Columbus Post-Dispatch. Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, Pierre-Luc. You were only here 3 years, but you got a lot done in those 3 years. You got a lot of accomplishments. Look, when I thought back on it, you set franchise rookie records here that were held by Rick Nash. Scored your first hat trick here. And played with Artemi Panarin. All those kind of things. What when you look back on your time in Columbus, how are you going to view it? And did anything from kind of how it ended here, is that going to spoil anything for you?
Yeah, when I look back, I think as hockey players, those small, you say accomplishments like the records and stuff like that are great, but really what as hockey players, the only important thing is to win. And disappointed we couldn't do that as a team in Columbus, but I met amazing people, whether it's from on the, and I learned a lot from those people, whether it's on the ice or off the ice, from the staff there. I will never forget, and a lot of relationships I'll have for the rest of my life. And I think that Columbus made me a better person, a better player. I grew a lot there from the moment I got drafted to the moment I got traded, and the ending, it ended how it ended, but I will never be, how it ended will never, change how I feel about the Columbus or the players or anything like that.
Next question to Michel Lamarche from Canadian Press. Go ahead, Michel.
I will ask my question in French. Bonjour Pierre-Luc, j'espère que tu vas bien. J'aurais voulu savoir, tu en as parlé un petit peu en anglais dans ta dernière réponse, mais qu'est-ce que tu retiens de ton séjour à Columbus? Quels sont les souvenirs que tu gardes, les bons côtés que tu gardes de ton passage là-bas?
Ouais, j'ai énormément appris à Columbus. Du moment où je me suis repêché à 18 ans, au moment où je me suis fait échanger, que ce soit des joueurs, du staff. J'ai appris ma première année avec David Savard et sa famille. Je pense que ça a été une des plus belles années de ma vie passée avec eux. J'ai rencontré des personnes incroyables que je vais toujours rester en contact avec pour le reste de ma vie. Je suis déçu, comme j'ai dit tantôt, en tant que joueur de hockey, le seul objectif que tu as, c'est de gagner une Coupe Stanley. Et je vais toujours être déçu qu'on n'a pas pu accomplir ça. Mais ça reste que je vais me souvenir de tous les beaux moments que j'ai passés avec mes coéquipiers et avec tout le monde à Columbus.
We'll go next to Ted Wyman from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Ted.
Thanks, Gregor. Hi, Pierre-Luc. You talked about your dad living here, obviously. I've been here a few years. Does he live here full-time? That's my first question. And also, how much time have you had a chance to spend here and get to know the city? I know you said you were here in quarantine, but has there been other times as well? And how long were you here during that time?
Yeah, so my parents, they used to go back to Montreal in the summer. That's where I'd go, and my sister too. So we'd go back there as a family. Now they stay, I think they're staying in Winnipeg full time. You know, I came here, the first time I came here was after my World Juniors. I had a week off, so I came to Winnipeg to see my mom. And then every time we'd play the Jets, I'd come home for dinner, and you know, my mom would cook for me. And I mean, I was here in quarantine. Obviously, everything was closed, but you know, whether it was driving around the city or, you know, we bought bikes. Me and my sister bought bikes and just went around. You know, it seems really beautiful, and you know, I got familiar with the Lucas that I'm really excited to go back to. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to know the city more. I'm getting forward to meet my teammates. But I'm really excited for this new chapter.
Next to Darren Bombing. Go ahead, Darren.
Hi, Pierre-Luc. I just wanted to ask you about your quarantine. You mentioned 2 weeks in your answer to Gemma's question. Do you have details of how long you're in quarantine that you can share? Is it similar to what it was in summer in a modified quarantine?
The last thing I heard was yesterday, and it was 2 weeks. I mean, that's the only thing I heard. And if it's 2 weeks, you know, it's 2 weeks to get ready, to watch games, to watch film, to learn everything about the systems. And you know, once that 2 weeks ends, I'll be ready. But if it's before, I'll be ready too. But you know, I'm not nervous about the quarantine part.
Go next to Jamie Thomas from Jets Radio. Go ahead, Jamie.
Hey, Pierre-Luc, you played against Nikolai Ehlers in junior and a little bit here in the National Hockey League. What do you think about the possibility of being able to play on the same lineups as him here in Winnipeg?
I mean, honestly, he was probably the best junior player I played against. He would skate in circles on the penalty kill for a minute and then go change. So, and then in the NHL, he still has that same speed and the same hands and hockey sense. So, to be able to, you know, to play with him is a really exciting thought. And you know, I heard he's a good person too, so I'm excited to meet him. But you know, it'll be fun to be able to play with him and instead of playing against him.
Next to Drew Mandel from the Illegal Curve. Go ahead, Drew.
Good morning, Pierre-Luc. Welcome to Winnipeg. What would you say to any Winnipeg hockey fans whose only impression of you is that final shift that you played for the Blue Jackets earlier this week?
Yeah, I was doing the math earlier. I played almost 300 games, and you know, it's almost 6,000 shifts in the NHL. So there's a lot more, you know, than just the one shift. You know, it's something that's behind me, and I'm just really excited to be here and be a part of this team. And you know, this is a new chapter for me, playing on this team, and I'm just really excited.
And just a couple more. We'll go next to Jonathan Bernier. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Yeah, thank you very much. Salut Pierre-Luc. Écoute, hier soir, ou en tout cas hier dans la journée, à un moment donné, il y avait 3 équipes finalistes pour t'avoir, dont le Canadien. En fait, c'est avant hier. Je voulais juste voir un peu ton état d'esprit pendant que les tractations se passaient, là, ce que tu voyais comme le Canadien d'un bon oeil.
Ouais, comme tu as dit, il y avait, à la fin, on rendait pas mal toujours les mêmes équipes. Je ne savais pas trop où est-ce que j'allais aller, mais je savais aussi que c'était pas entre mes mains. Que ce soit les 3 équipes ou 20 autres équipes, mais si on prend les 3 équipes à la fin, c'est 3 bonnes organisations. C'est 3 organisations que n'importe quel joueur serait chanceux de jouer pour. Mais maintenant, je suis à Winnipeg et je suis très heureux d'être ici. Comme je dis, mon père, ça fait 4 ou 5 ans qu'il est ici. Il parle en bien de l'organisation, du staff des Jets, des joueurs, de l'équipe. Et je sais à quel point c'est une équipe qui est dure à jouer contre. Fait que ça va être le fun de pouvoir jouer avec eux cette fois.
And final question to Philippe Lehoux. Go ahead. Go ahead, Philippe.
Oui, est-ce que vous m'entendez?
Ouais.
OK. Pierre-Luc, en français, j'aimerais ça que tu nous décrives la relation que tu entretenais avec Tortorella à Columbus. Et deuxièmement, que tu nous parles un peu comment ça s'est passé là, quand tu as parlé à tes coéquipiers que tu voulais peut-être poursuivre ta carrière ailleurs.
Ah ouais, Tort, c'est un coach très demandant. Mais je pense que tout ce qu'il a fait pour moi, ça a été pour me rendre un meilleur joueur. Je vais jamais parler en mal de ce qu'il a fait. Mon père m'a toujours dit que quand un coach te parle, quand un coach est sur toi, c'est parce qu'il veut que tu devines le meilleur joueur que tu peux devenir. J'apprécie ça. Et pour la deuxième partie de la question, j'avais parlé au gars. Ça n'a pas été une conversation facile, dans le sens que ça a été un peu émotionnel. J'adore toute la chambre à Columbus, j'adore les gars. J'ai beaucoup d'amis, beaucoup de gars que je vais toujours rester ami avec pour le reste de ma vie. Je sais qu'en bout de ligne, on est des coéquipiers, mais on est surtout des amis et on est des humains. Et je pense que en tant qu'ami, tout ce que tu peux souhaiter, c'est que ton ami soit heureux. Et je pense que tous les gars là-bas l'ont compris. Comme j'ai dit, ça n'a pas été facile, mais ils ont compris pourquoi.